Sat down and started chatting already with actress Diane Ladd, who is on Chesapeake Shores. You're part of the Hallmark family now,
Indeed.
which is great.
That makes us cousins, yes?
It does make us related somehow or another.
For sure.
So you play in Chesapeake Shores. You play, and I want to get the name. Is it a Nana or Nana? Because depending on what part of the country you're from.
Well, it's Nell O'Brien, but it's Nana.
Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's Gran, but most of the time it's Nana.
Yeah.
From the South, it's Nana. If you grew up in the South, it's Nana.
Well, lots of places it's Nana.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not just the South.
Well,
but
here
lots
it's
of places.
Nana. That's what
Oh,
we're going to
right.
go with.
Okay.
How does she fit in?
Well, she's a wise woman who loves her children, her grandchildren, and loves her son. She loves everybody, and she'd like to see it be a better world. And so I identified with that. I thought I could play that. I can do that.
You
I can
play
do
it, and you play it really
You
well.
live it, actually.
Yeah, because I have grandchildren.
Yeah, yeah.
I have 10 of them. 2 step-grandchildren and 8. Two by my daughter, Laura Dern, and 6 by my husband.
Oh,
and they're
my
all
gosh.
ages.
Oh,
Well,
look
they
at
were a
those
little younger. Here's
faces.
Jaya. That's Laura's daughter.
She's
This
beautiful.
is
They all
Aiden.
are.
They're all beautiful.
Goodness.
Look at the one on the far right.
I know.
That's
little
Ellery.
surfer.
That's Laura's son. He's now 15, I tell you.
Wow,
He a
really?
surfer?
He just had his 50. Yeah, he is.
You could tell.
He is, and he's a great musician.
I was going to
And
say.
these kids, all of them, the kids today, they have such an opportunity if we help them to be wiser than we were.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
truth?
If we can set our kids on our shoulders so they see further than we have, we might just make this old world humane. You know what I
Isn't
mean?
that the truth?
So
And we
I'm
have
trying
any
with
luck.
mine.
Well,
Home and family's helping.
There you go. There you go.
and your family is so incredibly talented, and it
Thank you.
starts with you. And I'm going to show us a little clip. I'm going to show everyone at home a little clip of your work in Chesapeake Shores.
Oh,
You are a
okay.
very involved Nana, if you will. Let's take a look.
What's this?
Nana is making a quilt out of all worn out old clothes.
My old shirt.
That's right. And look at this, it's Connor's shirt. This is your mother's jacket. What do you think this is?
That's my jean skirt.
That's right. Hey! Hey, darling. Are you staying for supper?
Yes, please.
And I thought you were moving into the cottage.
What? Are you really moving?
No, I'm not moving. I'm more like camping moving.
Well, moving can be a wonderful adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they precious?
They're
Yeah.
adorable. So, Diane, you grew up in a tiny little Mississippi town.
Right.
Your father was a lawyer. Your mother was a...
No, my father wasn't a lawyer. I was going to be a lawyer if I hadn't been an actress. My father was a veterinarian.
Your father was
Oh.
a vet? Oh, how great.
Yeah,
Yeah, he took care
traveled
of the
through-
animals of lawyers.
That's
Exactly. Exactly.
I get mixed up a little.
And
Right.
make sure that Kim doesn't get sued when Bella tries to fight you.
Right.
But you were, you have had a 50-year career in this business.
Right.
But you came from a place where you wouldn't have imagined you would have wanted to be this big movie star. And you were in church, and you say that that's where you decided that you wanted to be an actress.
I think it was already decided. I was actually, when I was born, I was the prettiest baby in the hospital.
Is that what they said?
But then I was the only baby.
Okay, I knew there had to be a
I swear, I swear. No, I was in church. I was actually, it's kind of crazy, I swear, but it's clear. I was 6 years old, and I'm part Jewish, I'm part Catholic, I'm part Indian, I'm part everything. I'm Heinz 57. So they didn't have a real church out where I lived in Chickasaw, Alabama. My aunt was sick, so we had to be there for her. And so we had a put-up church, just when you set up there. And I was sitting there, and I was 6, and I remember I was flirting with the altar boy. And all
My
of a sudden,
goodness.
I was. And then all of a sudden, everything went out, it disappeared, and there was just this all white light. Pure, pure white light filled the room. And I remember hearing myself say, God, if you help me be a great actress, I will help your people. And then it was back, and the people were there, and I was flirting with the altar boy. But it was like a double life at the same time, and I remember it clearly to this day. And I knew I was going to be an actress.
Did you want to be an actress before that moment?
No, but I think I was consummated an actress and given birth to become a better one.
Ah.
Maybe. Who knows?
So your career, which has lasted, many, decades, you haven't
Survived.
survived.
No.
Well, which brings me to my point, because your daughter comes along and goes, Mom, I want to be just like you.
Right.
And you went,
No!
Why? Why?
I said, do not be an actress. Be a doctor, a lawyer, be a housewife, be a leper missionary. No, it's too intangible. They'll pick on your backside. It's too big. Your chin points when you laugh. Don't do it. Be a writer. Be a cook. Be anything that you can hold and say, see, I did that. Don't be an actress, Laura. But she outwitted me.
She did, huh?
Yeah.
And she's a very good actress
She's so
at that.
good and
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
beautiful.
She's a great actress. When I saw the talent, I was humbled. And whatever any child that shows you her talent, please help your child. Because that's a gift from the universe.
How did she show you her talent? What did she do?
Well, I saw her in a film called Foxes. It was a little part that she had, and the director called and said, I want you to see her. He said, even though it's a cameo, I want you to see something. He said, she has a God-given charisma on the screen and a talent. I thought, please, she's 10 years old, 14. And I went to see it, and I saw it, and I started crying. And I thought, this human being chose me to be her mother, to come through me, to come help give a gift. We all have a gift, and she did that. So I'm honored.
Well, now I'm left scratching my head what Kai and Avery are thinking. Well, my kids are like, why are we here? We're supposed to
Send them
follow
over
him?
to talk to
We're
Nana.
following that guy?
You know, you got started in your career on stage, right?
So I was a stage actress.
Many
absolutely.
moons ago,
Many moons.
you got started in a play called Orpheus Descending, which, by the way, I would like to add, was written by the amazing playwright Tennessee Williams, who is your cousin.
That is correct.
That gave me chills when I read that. That is so impressive.
Right, thank you. His name is Tom Lanier Williams, and my name originally was Lanier, which is French Lanier, or Ladner. You can call it either way, and then Hollywood took my near away and made it Ladd, and so everybody in the world thinks I'm Alan Ladd's daughter.
Where did he get the Tennessee if he was Tom?
Well, they just called him Tennessee, and his name was Tom, but they called him Tennessee. He moved to St. Louis, Missouri when he was little for a while, and it just stuck, old Tennessee.
So if...
But I've been to his home in Mississippi, and
if it wasn't for you, he might not be the man that he is.
Oh,
he
no,
was. Because, well, wait a minute. Orpheus Descending was... The only reason that made it onto the stage was because of you.
Well, it made it on the stage, but it hadn't been a hit in 20 years. Herman Shumlin had done it on Broadway. It lasted 3 months. He'd been trying to make it a hit. And Diane Ladd was a Copa girl. And I was in the Copa dancing, and I got a chance to do Equity Library Theater version of Tennessee Williams and the play. And what happened is he said, Diane, I swear it's a true story. You know, you're naive when you're 17, sometimes in a very good way. He said, Diane, what do you think of my play? And I said, Tom, I love your play, but I don't like the ending. And, you know, he was looking at me, I'm sure, like, you poor, pitiful thing. He said, is that right? Well, honey, why don't you then rewrite it? I said, okay. I didn't know any better. And I rewrote it, and he used it. He used the ending when we did it, which was the greatest honor of my life. It didn't hit me till like 20 years later what an honor it was. But it's true. My ego loves that story. Thank you for letting me share that one.
Wow.
And it became a hit.
We did it off Broadway, but it wasn't that easy. In order to get it on, I worked my took-us off. We had to do it for ELT, Equity Library Theater. I turned down 5 lines on Broadway, and Herman Shumlin said, child, you don't turn down Broadway to do Equity Library Theater. Diane, you do Equity Library Theater to get a part on Broadway. And I said, I know, Mr. Shumlin, but I love that part. And I did it, and he never forgave me, Mr. Shumlin. But in the meantime, we were told if we got great reviews, we could put it off Broadway. So we did it, and we waited. The audience loved it and screamed, bravo! And the reviewers didn't come. They didn't come. So I called them up and said, they pointed at me to call them up. I said, where are you? Why haven't you come to review our play? And he said, honey, we don't review Equity Library Theater. And I started crying. I said, my father's sick in the hospital. I have no money. I just ate 1 sandwich all day today. And this is called a sense memory. I'm reliving it, you see. And I said, please, if you don't review us, if I don't have a review, I have nothing. Why can't you review me just because I'm not in a big movie or on stage? I'm still an actress. You can judge me by my work. Come and review us. So they did. And they continued reviewing Equity Library Theater till the late 90s when we got in a depression. And we got such a great review, and still, Tom wasn't around, and he made us put it on in the director's living room for him. And I said, if you don't love this play, I'll eat it with ketchup on it. And we did it, and I was in the kitchen meanwhile, mixing lemonade, pouring gin in it, and Tom got tanked, but we got the rights to do the play. That's it.